We were listening there to the Legal & General CEO. He talked about leaning into Brexit, using it as an opportunity to change domestic regulation, invest in infrastructure and regional development. Do you see opportunities then for UK companies in Brexit?
I think what we are saying in the report is that there's life beyond Brexit, and it's time to sort of stop for the uncertainty to clear, because it might not clear anytime soon, and actually look at the global megatrends at play that UK businesses absolutely can benefit from. So globally, of particular relevance to UK businesses is the massive growth in services trade, which is growing 60% faster than goods trade, and some subsectors are growing 2 to 3 times faster. And British businesses are very well positioned to take part in that growth. But of course, if we're all just waiting for Brexit to clear, then we might miss out on those opportunities. And I would certainly agree that investment, especially investment in innovation, in R&D, in various different digital applications, is going to be critical for British businesses to maintain and even improve their global positioning.
And can I ask you what the future of services in trade deals is then, Tera? Because we hear a lot about the importance of doing trade deals after Brexit, and yet services, and you say the UK excels in services, services don't usually feature. Do you think they will feature in the future?
Well, I'm not an expert on trade deals, and what's really interesting is that the services trade is growing despite the fact that it's not really included in those trade deals. In other words, the way that you these days can actually deliver services digitally means that there is not that much kind of physical movement. There's not that much of a friction. So, for example, you could be delivering services via video conferencing with your client in Australia. You could be delivering services to maintain aircraft engines in China. You could be delivering services by designing software in the UK and then selling it elsewhere. So there are, of course, really important issues in the financial services sector, for example, for trade deals, but also, services trade can grow without that sort of same friction and same lengthy negotiations that we see in goods trade when we come to free trade agreements.
Yeah, I mean, some people have made the point to me that there might be a role for services in future trade deals, or maybe we just do small, targeted, sort of keyhole, opening up market access type of deals rather than big overarching trade deals. Maybe that's the future for services. We'll talk about that at later dates, perhaps. I want to ask you about the strong position that the UK has in services then. How does it hold on to it? What does it need to be aware of? Because I think your research suggests that if we have this leading position in services exports, it's under pressure, under threat.
That's right. So the UK's share has gone down from 9% to 7%. It's still the second largest services exporter in the world after the United States, so it's a good position to start from. We think there are two things. One, at a strategic level, British businesses do need to get closer to the customers in the growing emerging markets. For example, in China, 100 million new customers will enter the sort of middle class segment in the next decade or so. So that's an enormous opportunity. Secondly, on an operational level, there's massive opportunity from digitalization and using technology to actually deliver services. You can be based in the UK and still be delivering those services worldwide. One of the issues that's particularly relevant, I guess, in the context of Brexit is digitizing your supply chains. So making the most of digital technology to at all times know where your supply chain components are, where they're coming from, where they are going, optimizing your orders, minimizing logistics costs and that kind of thing. But beyond that, there's also just using IT and digital to innovate. As and when you have better information about your customers, even if they're remote, you can create services that are much better suited to their needs, and you can evolve those services in an agile manner.